Yes, we're back. Woo, woo.
Welcome back, y'all. We are so glad that you guys have been chiming in with our conversations and chatting with us, showing us love, passing on our words, our posts. Keep showing us the love. We need to tell the people, Tina. Got to tell them at the top of the thing because
Yeah.
we keep forgetting until the end. Like,
It's because we start
um,
talking.
huh?
It's because we start talking and then we just forget.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we just get so excited. This
Yeah.
is actually how our normal conversations are. We'll be like, what? Wait. Yes, like, comment, and subscribe. Join the conversation. Tina and I talk a lot, so y'all join in the conversation so we can, stop talking.
Well, girl, what are we going to be talking about today?
Whew. Are you ready for this one, Tina?
I am. I came ready. Like, this one I'm
Right.
ready for.
I'm excited about this one. We're going to be talking about something that brought us together, girl. Music.
Music makes the people come together. Ah, ah, ah. Shout out to
So
Madonna,
actually,
the original material girl.
so thank you guys for joining today. We're done. Okay, no, seriously. So Tina and I have known each other for a really long time, as we talked about before. But one of the things that has kept us together, beyond just a budding friendship, you look at us, not saying non-friends, we're
I
grown
know.
now.
We're
Look at us.
grown. We're
Right,
grown.
we are. But music has been one of the things that has constantly bonded us over the years. And so we wanted to talk, have a little conversation about faith and fanfare, our love for music, how I know for me, I can say my faith has definitely grown through music. It's been one of my stepping stones to really get me deeper in the word, and being able and teaching me how to really read the Bible in a really unique way. But we're us, so we're going to talk about music from all genres and all ends. But we want to talk about gospel music, and see, this is the part. This is the part that Tina's excited about. So we want to talk about the current state of gospel music. So Tina, no, take it away. Take it away. Take it away.
Okay, you all. I wish I had like looked up the clip. I'm gonna try and find it and then put it in the description. But there is this podcaster I follow. Her name is Kimberly Foster, and she spoke on this. She spoke on how gospel is trying to become CCM, but CCM is originally trying to be gospel. Like, um, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like it needs to stop. I don't know why.
Just
No,
stop.
it needs to stop.
You think gospel? You think we gotten too radical with our music? You think gospel was gone too
Too
far?
far. It's gone too far over into the CCM.
I'm back. I'm
Come
back.
back over here.
Like you talking about to a bad little kid. Did nobody say go over there? Go sit down.
No, you all seriously. So before I attended the church that I attend now, I was at another church, and we literally only sang like CCM music. But they kept trying to push this idea that we were a diverse church. We were interracial. But were we? Was it really diverse? Because all we were singing was CCM music. And they push the narrative that there's something wrong with you if you cannot connect with Christ while listening to that type of music. Like, you should be able to worship to any kind of worship music no matter what. And I was like, no.
Who said that?
Yeah, you should be able to worship to any kind of worship music. And I was like, mm-mm. And
All right.
for a little bit, I was like, "Is there something wrong here? Like, Lord, am I missing something?" Like, because I would get up there and sing and feel nothing. And I've been
Mhm.
singing in church since I was 9 years old, y'all. I have never not felt anything. That's just not. and it wasn't me. Like it's you.
And
Hi,
it's
you're the problem. It's you.
by the way, y'all, if you can't tell already, this is a fun episode. This
Yeah,
is one of our other fun episodes. We'll get back to the serious conversations next week.
we will.
Or
Well, this is somewhat serious because we are bringing church into it. I just kind of feel like, uh, what you don't think so?
no.
Okay.
He's like the man too. He said y'all don't like that music. And I want to make the disclaimer while Tina can't really get with the CCM, I don't have your face right now.
It's not for me. It's just not for me, right? Like,
No, there are a few songs and groups that I'm not opposed to. But I will
like
say
who?
if
Who are they?
huh,
Who?
let's see, okay, so if I say the person, you're gonna laugh
Oh,
because I don't know if this is where he feels like his music sits. Anthony Evans.
oh, yeah,
I
yes, sir. You
am
fit
a
right
huge
there.
I am a huge Anthony Evans fan. Oh my God, Tina, no, like anybody who got in my car in college, like you were not forced, but you were listening to that album. She's like, yes, yes, we were.
Yep, we were, and that's where it
But there
started,
are
right? Even back then.
like, what is? You like? I hear it. I'm like, I really think you hear it. But listen to this part. No, I hear it. So I am not completely opposed to CCM, but I do believe that this is gonna sound so bad to say. It's time and a place. This is why I said that this is not a serious episode. Please stop. Okay, we'll pull it together. Put it together. But no, I do believe that there are moments where I can tell like I need some good old gospel music.
Yeah,
And CCM isn't really gonna cut through the pain,
right.
yes. So I completely agree. So continue.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I actually want to plug a book called Red Lip Theology by Candace Marie Bimba. I told y'all I like books, right? So, uh, disclaimer: before you go get this book, there's some blasphemous stuff in here. Just putting it out there. If you know Candace Marie Bimbo, I follow her online as well. I I originally heard of her from Kev on Stage. I don't know if y'all know Kev on Stage, but he had this segment called Theology Thursdays, and I actually like tuned in when she was on, and she made some points. Points were made, but then she also said some things that weren't quite right, right? So if you know her, you know. So just putting it out there before you go get it and say, Tina told me to do this. I'm just letting you know, like, there's some things in here that aren't quite right. But what do the old people say? They say, chew the meat and spit out the bones. Like,
Yeah. Use your
take in,
discernment.
yes, take in what's right, what's not right, let it be. But I want to read a segment out of here. I should have had it open to this part. Here it is. Uh, it's a segment from the chapter God Made Me Black.
Okay.
He made me black.
Not the
Let me find it for
not
y'all.
not to say everybody turns to page 12 in the hymnal. Mhm. I went to a lot of different churches, y'all. I went to a lot of different churches.
Okay, that is hilarious. Okay, I found it. Here it is. It is right here, y'all.
All I see is highlights. Okay.
I have stickers too. See the stickers?
There must have been some points made. So continue.
Points were made. Okay, I think I'm going to start right here. White people have long associated their status and position in society with God's blessings and providence. When we're in church, we're not only asking God to deliver us from our personal trials, we're asking God to deliver us from the sugar honey iced tea white people do to us. It was hard for me to understand Black people who drank white folks' Kool Aid when it came to Christianity. And I don't understand the ones who are still drinking it but have found cooler, more benevolent ways to say the same things. I reject folks who tell us we must surrender our ethnic and cultural identities to Jesus. It's the new evangelical way to sidestep accountability for sowing and watering anti Black seeds across Christendom. These responses to the waves of unjust killings of Black and Brown people telling us to just surrender who we are to Jesus sound cute if you don't know what they're saying. Essentially, these answers to heightened racism are thinly veiled attempts to suggest if marginalized people were more like Jesus, read white, they wouldn't be killed. And to complete the smokescreen, they'll have one of their non white evangelical darlings stand in front of crowds of white people, exclaiming how they would be vengeful and full of hatred in their hearts at whites had they not given themselves and their identities over to Jesus. And folks eat it up too. She's not wrong. And when I was speaking about the church earlier, um, it felt as though that particular congregation was just catering to white people. And that's what bothered
Mm,
me. So I couldn't quite put my finger on it before. I just, I was like, I don't like this music. But it was more than that.
yeah.
It feels as though you're trying to erase a part of my identity. I am
Mm,
Black and I'm a Christian. And those two
yeah.
things make me who I am. So when you're just saying, "Oh, you should care about being a Christian more than you care about being Black, more than you care about being a woman," da 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 da. No, all of these things make up who I am. This is
Mhm.
me. I am Latina, a Christian Black woman. Like, all of that is me. And I don't like when you try to make me feel as though I need to put one above the other um,
Mhm.
for the comfort of white people to make them feel comfortable. Mm, no, I don't. I don't want to.
Yeah. What I almost hear you saying is that for you, this assimilation, if you would, right, is almost the gentrification of gospel music.
Yes. And I'm glad you said
Okay.
that because this is what the industry is pushing now, right? Like I understand, just being, like an artist myself, I understand. Like this is the sound that they're pushing.
I mean, they're basically just following the dollars of the trend.
Right, right. They're just following dollars. Like, so if you can write a nice sounding little song that doesn't go anywhere and there's no screaming and no shouting and it's just the same three
Not you
chords,
minimize, not you minimize your little song. Your little song.
your little songs, and you cannot convince me that that's the only sound we're going to hear in heaven. It's not. If you don't think we're going to be shouting up there, there's something wrong with you. Like I am so certain that Jesus gets down with the get down. He be shouting with the best of us. Do you hear me? I just don't believe like we're just going to be up there. Like no, no,
That's
I
what
don't.
you hear? Is that
No.
so what you're saying is in heaven, Maddie Moss Clark
She up there
is, is getting down, okay?
and throwing shoes if you don't get the notes right.
Maddie Moss is Maddie Moss is throwing down. That's what you're saying.
That's what's happening right now as we speak.
She looking at like I am, baby. I am. Yeah, that's not the note. Okay.
Uh,
So with that, it completely makes sense, and it's funny. We kind of we've joked about this, and we've had like sort of conversations about it, but we haven't really gone in depth to it. But do you think that this, because it is them following dollars and somewhat basically of a trend, that we will eventually get back to like the gospel of the 80s, the 90s, even early 2000s?
yeah, I even see some choirs coming back
Yeah.
right now. Like
Yeah.
it'll come back because we're black. Like
Why is that the period of every sentence? Because we're black.
because we're black.
Whew. I feel you. Um and it's been interesting to like kind of have the conversation with you about this, because knowing you and knowing that you enjoy all genres,
I
I
do.
didn't really grasp what your what's the right word? What's your strong feelings?
Mm.
Your it was never hatred. It was just
No, it wasn't
disdain.
hatred. Yeah, it was surrounding the erasure of our culture.
Yeah. And
That's
I
what I
get
have
that.
a problem with.
Yeah. All right. So eventually we will get back to the good old days, right? I mean, I say this all the time, and I think we've talked about this too. I feel like our generation was, I mean, no other way to put it, but blessed to be able to be born in the best time
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
just about any music, like
Mhm.
across any genre. Let's
Yep.
be real, right?
Everywhere.
But
Everywhere.
but gospel,
That part.
okay. We were still young enough in the mid to late 80s to be able to still hear the replays of the music from the 70s, and then of course of the times in the 80s, and then to be old enough to be able to appreciate the greatness that happened in the 90s and the early
Yes.
2000s.
Yes.
I mean, unmatched.
Unmatched.
So I have to ask you, what were your ideal artists? Give me, well, you can pick the number. I know this is a tough one, right? Give me
It
your
is.
ideal artist of our time, of what we were able to experience for gospel.
Okay, so when I was
If,
younger,
hold on,
um,
let me give you this disclaimer. Let me give you this disclaimer.
oh, okay.
These people or this person would be able to teach, like have like teach a master class to the folks of now
Hmm.
to be able to keep the genre moving forward. Okay, now go.
Fred Hammond,
Oh,
Uncle Fred, no doubt. For I'm gonna do man and woman, right? So Fred Hammond as
okay,
the male, Yolanda
okay,
Adams as the female. And here's why I say Yolanda, because I grew up with Yolanda, right?
uh huh,
Grew up on, riding through the storm, Jesus holds me in
yeah,
his arms, right? But she also transcended into the 2000s with Mountain High Valley Low.
mm-hmm.
And that was, I think she won, did she win a Grammy for Open Up My Heart?
I'm pretty sure. If not, we demand a recount.
I think she did.
Like,
I think she did. That was a big deal. But I was able to grow up with Yolanda, is what I'm saying.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Those are two good ones.
Yeah. Who would you say? Man and woman.
Ugh. You know how I feel about Fred. He is the
I
only
know.
artist that I have ever met in person that I was literally starstruck. Like, y'all, in the middle of Dylan's, I was like, oh my God, are you Fred Hammond? He was like, I am. And I was like, I love your song. He was like, which one? And I was like, I can't even think right now, y'all. It was No Weapons. How do you not remember No Weapons? The remix literally kept me sane. Like, by the way, that can only be found on the what is it? Is it Wow?
Wow.
Wow is
Wow gospel.
yeah, yeah. 97. That that out unmatched. Oh my gosh. I
Wow
and
gospel
the
was an era
hello.
within itself. Like,
And can we get it streaming? Like, because again, the 97 album, like that compilation album was, I, and you can only get it, I've only been able to find it on YouTube. So, I mean, anyway, it's silly. But I feel like Fred, I think I'm gonna have to ride with you when you're right. Because Fred, from commission to like him as a solo artist to like the other artists that he brought onto the scene, like
Joanne
oh my
Rosario.
god, oh my
Mhm.
god, I can't even get her name, but you know how I feel about Joanne Rosario. I don't know Spanish, but I really be singing.
Yes, yes.
Like the artist that he put us onto, the oh my gosh, yeah, I'm gonna have to ride with Fred. A woman. Let's see. Oh, it's hard. Okay. I have somebody, but it's gonna defy everything that you probably just said.
Ooh,
Cece.
yeah, I can see that. I can see it.
And honestly, if even if it's just not Cece, because Cece, I kind of the same thing. Like I feel like we grew up with Cece,
Yeah.
and I think the Winans in total, like the Winans as a whole, they are. How about this? I'll say Fred as a solo artist, and then groups.
Okay.
Of course, Clark sisters. I
Yes.
mean,
I mean,
I mean, they are the masterclass. Like from every genre. I don't care what you sing. If you are actually singing, catch that
which we're
tea.
gonna talk
If
about that in a second because some of these R&B artists, y'all not actually singing. I don't know what you're
now
doing.
do it. They are. I mean, they are. And then I would also just have to say like the Winans family. Like
Yeah.
so yeah. Yeah, because I don't think I could just stay with CC. Like BB and then the Winers. And then even Winans Phase 2. They gave us some
You
gems.
know what? They did. Let's give it up for Wine and Space too.
I mean,
Yes, because you're right. Phase 2 was also it. It was a
because
time, y'all. It was a time.
oh man, because I feel like Winans Phase 2, as you're saying, like with music growing up with us, I feel like Winans Phase 2 was literally something for our generation to
Right.
be able to identify with. Because yes, we were able to connect to the music of their dads, their uncles, their aunts, but it was something about Winans Phase 2 that it was for
They,
us.
yeah, it was current.
Yeah, yeah. Like the Out of Edens, like the Virtues,
Yes,
like
yes,
girl, I randomly sometimes find myself going back to Virtue and I'm like, my God, we had some good
we
music.
did. We did. I was randomly singing Virtue the other day.
Me too.
Like you could,
Thanks.
you can still
No,
sing
me
it
too.
today.
Like, and let's not sleep on Trinity 5-7, even though, the first rendition of Trinity 570. Like when it was
Not
a
the last
trio.
one.
Pre-Matthew. Pre-Matthew
Pre
knows.
Matthew. Okay. Okay. Fair.
Oh, okay. So along those lines, what would be an idea song that could like be a good like blueprint for today's music?
Okay. Seriously. Okay. Oof. I'm gonna have to give you choir, and then I will give you
Okay.
like you know soloist. Um, choir. Anything John P. Key.
I'm around you. You're right.
John P. Key
Yo.
and this choir. What are they? New Life? John P. Key and New Life? I feel like they are New Life. Yeah.
But why are we like this? Because sometimes you really do have to do they call out to make sure you're saying the right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's it. That's
That's
it.
it. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So anyway, anything John P. Key. For choir. Now, for like a soloist. Ooh, ooh, that's hard. Okay. She was a part of a group. Then she went solo. Mary, Tina
Okay.
Campbell. What's that song? Hallelujah.
Oh,
Destiny,
yes.
where she's squalling, just squalling at the end. I love a good squall. I love a good holla.
So I don't know if you know this, Tina, but that song saw me through.
Did it?
Yeah, like I don't think we ever talked about this.
Hmm.
So maybe this is a serious conversation. So you're right. When we talk about God, it is serious. Yeah, no. So for those of you, I don't think we really talked about it previously, but I've been through fertility treatments. And so when I would leave the clinic, because you would have to go in for like daily, weekly testing for like blood drawn, stuff like that. I would leave the appointment and there were two songs that I would listen to every time. And it was Que Sera Sera, the Corinne Bailey Ray version, and Destiny by Tina. Those two songs were the only like, yeah, yeah,
Wow. That's
yeah,
powerful. Music is
yeah.
powerful, y'all.
Hello, it be helping you get through.
It
I
does.
mean, it kept us being friends,
Yeah.
so it's yeah.
It's strong enough. It's strong enough.
We just kept on holding on. Oh man, that is so funny. Why are we this way?
I don't know.
I don't know. Man, okay. Song. I love how I ask you the questions, but I'm like, man, what is my answer gonna be?
You have to do choir and then solo.
Okay. Choir, total praise.
Oh,
Hands
Richard
down.
Smallwood. How did I forget Richard Smallwood?
Yeah, total praise. Like if you've ever sang in a choir, total praise. First of all, it's not an easy song to do,
It's
but when the spirit takes over with that song,
mhm.
ain't nobody sitting in no seat. I just got chills just now. And I ain't even saying a word.
Like when you're thinking of the words, that's what it is. Like
Ooh,
you are the source of my strength. You are the
man.
strength of my life. Woo!
Calm down now,
Listen,
Tina. Calm down.
listen.
Calm down. You're a little bit too loud. You're a little bit too loud.
Woo! That'll
So
get
yes.
you. That'll get you.
Yeah, total praise is definitely, yeah, choir. Solo. Um, Ooh, solo. I don't know that I have a solo song, but I would have to say group would be, and this is to me is not just about the song itself, but the lyrics. Two, it's kind of two of them, but it's by the same group, the Winans again. It would be Tomorrow or Question Is.
Mm, mm, mm-hmm,
And I
mm.
think I go with Question Is because as someone who
Question
asks a lot
is,
of no, 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 no,
no, no, no,
no.
no, no, no. Yes.
That
Oh,
those lyrics, and what's crazy is I don't think when I was younger I fully understood. I just knew that I liked the song, but the older I've gotten and go back to that song, I'm like, ugh. Let me tell you, if you're ever going through, just turn on a greatest hits of the Winans.
child.
And if you don't end up praising God at the end of it,
Hmm.
what's wrong with you? That's also a great Tina or Erica
Erica.
Campbell.
That's Erica.
I love God. You don't
You
love
love
God.
God. What's wrong with you?
Oh man. Okay. Oh man. This is a good conversation.
Too.
As much as we fawn over the good old days, Tina, right? We can't be the old ladies forever. We can't be the aunties. Have you tried to tap into any of the new music that's
Oh,
even not just so easy?
Kitty.
All right, y'all. It was so good seeing you guys. We'll see you next time, and bye. No. All right. Well,
No, I had. I did.
no, I
Maverick.
did. I did it one time. I ain't doing that again. Get somebody else to do it.
Why are we like this?
I don't know. I'm telling y'all now, this is either going to be the best episode or the worst episode.
Oh
Oh man.
gosh, that's funny. Okay. Yeah, no, I did. So again, at my old church, because I was on the praise team, we kind of had to sing those songs. And there wasn't nothing really wrong with them. It just wasn't. It just weren't my kind of. It wasn't my kind of music, right? I just didn't vibe with it. I just didn't. But I will say this: Maverick City Music. I do like a few of their songs.
Okay.
Um, I don't think they're gospel, regardless of what Kirk Franklin said. They're not. But I do like a few of their songs. They're just, they're CCM.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Uh, I listened to Kiera. Did y'all watch Kiera? Did you watch Kiera on Terrell?
Haven't. I
Girl, what are
haven't.
you doing with your life?
I know. Is it good?
So I listened to her album, um, and it's not bad. It's very different. She experimented. 'Cause there's some different
Oh,
sounds
okay.
on there. Um,
See, I haven't even heard the album yet either. Look at you. You ahead of me completely.
but the episode, oh my gosh, like I was tearing up at the end. She prayed for Terrell, and I don't know what happened. I was good. I was so good. Like everybody was good at first.
And then y'all wasn't. And then
Then we
y'all
were.
wasn't
I
good. Y'all wasn't good no more. Oh my
was like,
gosh.
why am I over here crying? This prayer is for Terrell.
If you guys don't know, we're talking about the Terrell show. In his season 6. Is
Yes.
that what?
Hmm.
Okay. He just premiered his season 6, and the first episode was Kiera. Kiki.
Kiara Valencia sheared Kelly, and she came
Oh.
through. She came through.
Where does she ever not?
Yeah. Didn't she go to y'all's church?
Yeah, yeah, she definitely came down and tore the house down.
Mm.
Her and Jacqueline Carr, let me tell you, first of all, Jacqueline Carr, I don't understand.
I don't understand Jacqueline Carr either.
I thought Jacqueline Carr was our age because
No.
the way that she
Have
carries
you
on like
seen
a church,
have you seen Jacqueline Carr? It was like a clip of her when she was like 8. And she sounds the same.
it's like it's not even like it's not even the voice sometimes. Sometimes it's just like
The wisdom,
yes.
like she's been here 80 years.
What? Did you say 80? Wow. All right. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, them two have probably been two of the most memorable special art or special guests or artists that have come through church work. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
they're incredible. They are.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I do listen to the current music.
Okay.
But I have my artists that I definitely stick to.
So like who? Like who?
You know, Jonathan's my boy. Like his new album, My Truth. Oh my gosh, you've got to listen to it.
Do I?
Yeah, but do I? Yeah. I'm
Okay.
trying to think what I can compare it to. I don't even think that. What is the last album that you really like set with of his?
The first one?
You're lying. Really?
No. What was the one where Doe was on? Cycles. What was that one?
Okay. Was it not called Cycles? Hold on. Let me see.
Oh, was it? I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
It had I'm Not Lucky I'm Loved on it.
Make room.
Make Room. I
Yeah.
like that song too. But yeah, that was the last one.
Um, it's somewhere between Make Room and Life Music, but just older.
Okay.
Just listen to it. It's good.
I don't know
It's
what
good.
yeah, I don't know how to assess what you just said.
It's good. I like it, but I also am not afraid of CCM. Like, there's actually a group. Her face. There's actually a group that I really like to go back to, like one of your original questions when you said like who. There is a group that does a cappella music, and they're called Anthem Lights, and they cover or they do both gospel, but then they also cover some secular music. They're so good.
Okay, I'll look them up
And
because I do like acapella. Like Take Six, those were my
yeah,
boys.
yeah, no, this ain't Take Six stuff. Yeah, no, it's more like, like great value.
Great Value, Take Six. Oh,
So like it still is
mm-mm.
good, right?
Yeah, some of the
It's
Great
just
Value stuff is good.
right. It's just a little less flavor. You know
I
what I
see.
mean?
Okay. Hmm.
But you still get your money's worth, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll check them out.
Did I just did I just call that group a great value take six? I did.
You did.
I did. Wow.
But
I
you let us know what to expect.
did. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, so I listened to Jonathan, and then my other go-to person you actually just mentioned as well. I love Doe. I love
Oh, go.
her. I that album,
Is Doe CCO?
huh?
Is Doe CCO?
I think she straddles the fence with like gospel CCM influence. Like I don't think she's full CCM like Anthony Evans is,
Right. No, not at
but
all. So that's why I'm like, is she? Like, there's some soul there. I'm gonna leave Anthony alone. I'm gonna leave him alone.
because are you saying that there's not with him? Oh my God, why are you this way? But yeah, no, I really, really like Doe. And then like those who are like more traditional, like gospel artists, but like more updated would probably be like Corinne. I really like her, Corinne
Yeah.
Hawthorne, and Evie. Evie be singing her face
Is it
off.
Abby or Evie?
I think it's Evie.
It's
I'm trying
Abby.
to remember I'm trying to remember when she was on Terrell because that's really where I first heard her.
Oh, okay.
Don't eat the beef, Terrell. That's what she said.
Oh, okay.
You
I
have
didn't
to
see
go
that
back and watch.
episode. Yeah, I need to
It
go
was
watch
like
that.
early on. Like it was when he was doing a lot of like artists that were on like the competition shows. So like the
Yeah, because she was on
boys.
4.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so those are like the artists that I've been listening to. And
I did
then when the
listen
good
to,
old
I think that's probably outside of Kiera, that was her Love album. That was
Mhm.
the latest like gospel album I had listened to.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, I mean, I think that we'll hit, you know, our moment and our stride that gets us back into
Yeah,
the gospel lane.
yeah,
But would you
yeah.
be okay if we never got back the sound of the 80s, 90s, early 2000? Would you be okay?
I just don't even receive that. I don't receive it. Like honestly, like the Lord rebukes that. Like it's gone.
You know what you sound like the old people who didn't want rap music in a sanctuary. That's what you sound like. I want this hippity hop. Mhm. By the way, some of this rap church music, I'd be like, wait, what is this?
I used to love Christian rap. Um, Not when it was corny, but there was a stride they hit like in my early college days where it was great, and I was like, Lecrae had come out with what was that album? I can't think of any of the albums, but from there, I don't know what happened, but these rappers they was out here rapping for the Lord, and I was okay with it.
So you just really miss the good old days. If there's
I
no other
do.
conclusion.
I miss the good old days.
Oh man. And honestly, like again, like we kind of said in the beginning, like that's really what brought us together. Like I remember us working in choir and be like, this music is dumb. I don't know what we want, like, and let's talk about what we really want to sing, what we want to be able to do. Um
And I have to
actually
repent because back in the day, I was like, no, we need to be gospel singers. Tanisha and I had a group called Illusion. And I was like, we got to be gospel singers. And one of the girls was like, well, I want to wear mini skirts. And I was like, no. And now I'm like,
the mama of the group. She was the
yeah,
mama of the group.
I was.
She was the Joe Jackson. She was the Joe Jackson of the group.
She was like, I don't want to sing Christian. I don't want to sing gospel. I want to wear mini skirts. And I was like, no.
Get back in line. What's your note? What is your note?
I was Maddie.
Right, you were mad. It's not what I told you to think. Simba too afraid to come into the room.
Oh, oh,
Simba was her dog, yeah.
oh gosh, those days. Anyway, this is serious because I do want to like apologize to those ladies because we could have sang R&B or pop. We would have been fine.
Because I think the part that's interesting about that, because it's not like we didn't. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
not like we if we weren't let me tell y'all, we were the most practicing group to have nowhere to perform. My mom was like, I gotta take you where now? I said, oh, you gotta take me to Tita's house. Sorry, y'all, my phone. So unprofessional. No, you gotta take me to Tina's house, so we can practice. Oh, okay. Y'all need to be at the choir room. Oh no, that's not for school. Oh no, it's not for that choir. We don't care about them.
Uh,
We ain't talking about no bumblebee. Not today.
that stupid bumblebee.
Oh, that is so funny. But yeah, no, we practice a lot, and we would always practice with gospel music, and that was like our framework. But please believe, after we finished with that, we would turn on Ashanti. We would listen to we listened to everything. And we sang everything. Like we would still find our parts in that music too.
Yep, we would.
Yeah. But we did have some fun with that gospel music though.
We did.
Like the
I
one
think that
day
was
that
more
we
fun.
it was like, but I think the biggest thing when it came to the gospel music is that you had like it was based in parts. Like gospel music was part based, so we were able to like come together, and like it really was powerful. Like even when it was silly, like it was still powerful. Like when we did the Trinity 5-7 interlude,
Oh
give
yes,
it for
for a
oh
pro child.
Trinity, all you need. Trinity,
Trinity,
all
all
you
you
need.
need.
Yes. Give me what you got for po
Pro
child.
child.
That's tight. I'm telling you, I just listened to this. This is Oh man, that's actually a fun album to work out to. I also work out to really weird tempos. So
No, it is that and Yolanda's album. Going back, Mountain High Valley Low. That's a good one.
try that one. I have to try that one.
Mhm.
I have to try that one. So, okay. So, we talked about how music has bonded us, how it's kept us together over the years. As we mentioned, we used to sing. Tina actually like really sang even past our two performance in group.
Yeah,
Tina is a whole recording artist, y'all. Her album, we want to talk about people still listening to things. Your album came out in 2016, 2015. Wait, what year
I
was
think
that?
2016 or was it 2017? Let's say 2016.
Okay. It was amazing. And I still listen to it all the time. I I actually, what was that? Like a few months ago, I sent you a screenshot and I was like, this is what I'm listening to. I was like, a tailor made. And
Yes.
I was like, this is one of my favorite songs. She was like, can I be honest with you? I really dislike this song. I
Get
was like,
this. This is what's so crazy. Like I asked people what their favorite songs were, and they would always say Taylor Made, and I'll be
it's
like,
so good. The message is so good. The
the
music is
message is
so
great. The music is great. I don't like.
you
I remember when I was recording it, And
Yeah.
so I was having issues, y'all, singing while recording because I had polyps. You know those things that does Mariah have polyps or nodules?
I feel like she had polyps.
Okay, well, somehow the polyps made her sound great, but they didn't make me sound great. So I was struggling while I was recording with those polyps. Um, it was hard. And I remember that night because I also couldn't I had is it called GERD? GERD. I think it's called GERD, I think. Um, where anyway, my vocal cords would become inflamed because of the acid
Hmm.
reflux.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember you telling me
Yeah.
that.
So, I was having a really hard time that night. Um, that time singing that song, I really wanted to like do some jazz stuff. You know how Jasmine Sullivan kind of incorporates jazz into
Yeah. Mhm.
her music. I wanted to do some jazz stuff, you know, in the bridge and at the end of the song, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't get my voice to perform. So
Aw.
that was a hard one to record, even though I do think the words are great, the message is great. The background singers were singing their faces off, but yeah, I couldn't get the song to sound like I wanted. And this is a part of my perfectionism issue that I'm working out in therapy. But
You're right. Full circle, caught up in the rapture of therapy.
full circle. Um, it's just one of the issues. But yeah, Tori Tori is doing a lot of work with me. She's doing good work, praise God. But yeah, working out perfectionism because you know the song, if that many people like it, like it's probably a good
It's
song, right?
good.
But I'm just like,
Yeah.
I can't even listen to this. This is not what I wanted it to sound like.
Yeah. Would
So,
you ever re-record?
I probably would re-record, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is probably gonna lead us into the other conversation that we're about to have. So I I think I'm moving away from that sound and getting into more of a R&B type of vibe. Like, so the group that I think about is Dawkins and Dawkins. I don't know if y'all remember Dawkins and Dawkins, but they were like a R&B gospel. So they called it R&P. I think they called it rhythm and praise. And I'm
Mhm.
like leaning more towards that because of like some of the R&B that I've been listening to, like India Shawn. Do you know India Shawn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, like, I love India Shawn's album,
Yeah.
it's such a vibe, it's so chill, so India, Snow, Allegra, like, you introduced me to Snow, like, Mahalia, I'm listening to, like, those type of
She means the current artist Mahalia, not Mahalia Jackson, y'all.
yeah, 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 even though Mahalia Jackson is bomb, uh, she's legend, she's icon, but I'm talking about the current artist, Mahalia. And Masego, oh my gosh. Have you listened to his new album?
Okay. So I have not
Okay, I
because
haven't
I
either.
I need to like it's not that I disliked his last few projects, but they just were never too the first few songs I just really fell in love with. And I can tell Masego is one of those artists that he is going to experiment and he is going to put his all into like what he's tapping into at that moment. And I feel like the last few songs have been like features and things like that, so it hasn't been full all of Masego. And I feel like he was doing that because he was preparing and working and doing some stuff. And the fact that I don't think when I looked at the track list, I don't think I saw any features. So I am
Oh,
preparing my yeah. And if there were, it was like yeah. Yeah. I know it's gonna require attention.
I
I'm
agree.
excited though.
Yeah, I am too. I would love to see Masego live. Him and that saxophone, that freaking saxophone. I feel like the saxophone is the sexiest. That's why it's called saxophone, because it's a sexy instrument.
So
Saxophone, sexy.
you you are not alone. I myself have a saxophone playlist. It's called
Ah,
Saxy Playlist.
yeah.
Why are we this? I think I'm crying. Oh man. I know we had a playlist once before. Should I make it over at Spotify because it's on Apple
Yes,
Music? I'll share it
share it.
to yeah, I'll definitely share it. It's y'all, I agree. The saxophone, when I get remarried, I am the saxophone will be played. Now I may get remarried in a backyard or in an open field, but the saxophone will be playing.
Not an open field.
I mean, it's a nice open, it'll be a nice open field, but
Okay. But no, I'm
no,
with you. Yes, the saxophone will also be at my wedding when I get married. It will be there.
I love it. I love it. Oh man. Oh, that's too good.
Did you
Okay, so
listen
yeah.
to Amalu? Amalu, I think.
Okay,
Amma or
so
Alma?
I didn't
Oh,
do my home.
okay.
But you
Y'all,
tell the people about it. Tell the
yeah,
people
I
about it.
cannot figure out. I have like listened to a few of her songs. I can't figure out if I like her or not. I do not know if I like her voice or not. She does this thing where she does like a voice crack through like a
Yeah.
whole song. And I'm like, why is she doing that? What is she doing that for? I don't
But
get it.
is
I
it
don't.
intentional?
It is intentional. She's intentionally doing it. And her voice is so different. And I think that's the thing because I'm an artist. I like unique voices. I like being able to hear something and I know who it is. Like
Yeah.
Brandy. You hear Brandy
Yeah.
on the radio, you know that's Brandy, right? So there's a part of
Mhm.
me that respects that her voice is different, and that other part of me is like, why is she doing that? So I
Are
don't
you
know.
Baby Rose?
Say it again.
Baby Rose?
What about Baby Rose?
That's an artist.
Oh, Baby Rose is
That-
an artist?
yes.
Okay. I've never heard
And
of Baby Rose.
I think it's the same thing. Baby Rose has this, the only way to explain it is this hefty voice. Tina! All right, for all of the folks who have been with us in Side Eye Chronicles, this is the most Side Eye Chronicle episode. But like in a good way. Like it's look, her, Tina, wait. We gotta pull it together for me to say this next statement. Her voice is very girthy.
Hi, friends. Editing Tina here. Tanisha and I may have had a little too much fun recording this episode, which may have caused us to chat for a couple of hours on this topic. Because of that, we've decided to split this into two parts. So stay tuned for part 2 of The Faith and the Fanfare, only on Caught Up in the Rapture. See you guys soon. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Bye bye.